Peace, everybody. How's it going? I guess this is like chapel time number 5, right? Maybe. Yeah, I think it's 5 actually. One of the next chapel times I'm going to do, I had asked by email to my email prayer chain partners, and I asked if I could get them to write me about what they like the most about God, and to write that and kind of a little saying about why they like it, why they like that the most. And so a couple people wrote in, and we already did one of those. That was Beth's song. Carla wrote one in. Got her sitting on my desktop right now, but it's not ready to go yet. I was sitting there earlier, just like half hour ago. I was reading and praying back over here at my desk, right? And reading Psalm 23. And, Lord, you're my shepherd, right? I was thinking about how Jesus said, I am the good shepherd, He told us to follow him. He said, as sheep know his voice, as sheep do. I do, at least I know his voice. I don't know about you guys, but I do. Made sure of that. But I asked too, though I had asked him to make sure that I knew his voice. Because I had missed it for so many years, I had no idea God was going to lead me out of church ministry, in a four walls kind of church type, churchianity type ministry. I had no idea he was going to lead me out of that. I had no idea why either at the time. I understand why now, but I do. They were keeping me asleep. They didn't know it, but they were. Woke up by myself. Got saved by myself. Woke up by myself. Interesting. I wasn't really by myself. The Lord was here, right? His angels. Thinking about Psalm 23, right? I've done this song a couple times. This is a new rendition. I had this idea about a half hour ago. And I thought, hey. So I typed it out, worked it out, and I reread it a couple times to where I could work it out into a song. And so here we are. The Lord is so gracious to me. Give me songs, give me ideas, Falling off still, I'm still losing weight. So I got a few testimonies, praise reports, right? Okay. Like my friend Clay, he's getting a place, right? He got his place in Meridian, by the way. I haven't been over to visit him yet. Pretty cool. Got to help a friend the other day. His truck. He's my neighbor. Got to kind of hang out and talk to him a little bit. Got to know him. That was really cool. Gave him my card, and he said, when I handed him my card, I handed him my ministry card, Rev.ddt Ministries, right? And I handed it to him. He looked at it and he goes, wow, I'm not really one, I don't really like organized religion that much. And I looked at him and I thought to myself, how would you get that out of that card? But because it says ministries, probably, maybe, I don't know, or Rev or whatever. I don't know. He didn't know either way. Like, neither do I. I really don't. Not anymore. It puts a bad taste in my mouth, man. I can't. I have my own path to walk with the Lord, and so do you. I'm not here to judge you about your path. Don't judge me about mine. You haven't gone through what I've gone through. You haven't walked where I've walked, and I haven't walked where you've walked, and I haven't gone through what you've gone through. Now that we're on this page. See, it's like a plateau we can stand on and we can work off of, or a little platform, or a foundation. And the foundation is Jesus and just Him Himself. It's just Jesus. God made it that way on purpose. None of us can boast about the foundation because we didn't lay it. God laid it Himself. Daddy, Abba. Alpha and Omega. Ancient of days. Laid down the foundation, name is Jesus, yeah, your son, yeah. The ancient of days lay down on his foundation. It was Jesus, Messiah, his son, Yeshua is his name in Hebrew. I think I said it wrong, actually. It's Yahshua, 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 You thought Jesus' last name was Christ, right? It's not. It's the Greek word or translation of a Hebrew word, which is Messiah or homicide. I can't even pronounce it actually in Hebrew, so I'm not going to try. I'd do it injustice, but it means Messiah, which means the anointed one of God, the one that God said he was going to be anointed to lead Israel out of bondage, out of the house of bondage, lead the whole world actually. Because as you read further into the testimonies of Isaiah and some of the other prophets, he's saving the whole world. And then he did. He came here, and as Jesus said, that's why he came here. John 3:16. God so loved the world, he sent his only begotten Son. The only Son that God specially begot, that God did a special begotten of. Okay, so I got to say something about and not to slam Hinduism, but and one of my friends mentioned this the other day, if Hinduism and Buddhism are so old and ancient and so right, then why and older than Christianity or older than born again or to be a disciple of Jesus or the way or follower of the way of Christ or whatever you want to put it, a disciple of Jesus, the bride of Christ, whatever, okay, the church or whatever, however you want to put it. If it's so much better, why they miss it in the area we got to live? I mean, I'm telling you, we live in Boise. There's a lot of companies here. People from all over the country work here. And I have some friends that are believers. They're kind and humble people, right? They have to work around people from India. And they said the same thing. And one of them was very angry about it. Most arrogant, rudest people they've ever met in their lives. And I'm thinking, wow, I've never met an Indian person I didn't like, because I'm not talking about a Native American, because I have a lot of Native American friends. They're cool too, but everybody's always seems to be pretty cool to me, or a jerk. And it's usually white people that are jerks to me, not anybody of color. So I was like, well, I never see that myself. Why is that? Why is it white people are the only ones that are jerks to me? Whoa, that's weird. And 2 times in my life I've had somebody named Jeff be a petty tyrant, play the part of a petty tyrant. Why is that? Weird, huh? Full circles, right? Maybe, maybe not. The last time I dealt with the Jeff that played the petty tyrant, I didn't beat him up. I didn't kick his eye socket out and put him in the hospital for a few weeks, break some ribs, slide his neck out of the socket, mess his head all up, Didn't do that to this one. No, this one I couldn't. He was my brother in the Lord, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I couldn't figure out why he was being a bully either. Except I know now, because I had a target. I'm bullied. I was a victim, right? And you're a victim. When you're a bully, you carry a target. Most of us know this too, because we'll walk around going, well, there must be a target on my backside or something for everybody to get to. Now I must have a bullseye on the front side of my forehead so everybody screws in my brain, bunch of mind control freaks anyway. We still have a job done. It's just part of it. It's just it. This here, I'm being up close, personal, and real. And raw. I'm not editing this, other than to add a little, percussion reverb to the, and to dial in the wave a little better so it sounds better. In other words, I'll master the audio before I put it out there. But guitar sitting over here and I'm doing this and it's vibrating on my leg, and when it does that, it sings to me. And I can hear it singing, and it's really cool. And then I keep plucking these strings with my fingers here, you know, they're kind of yows. Whoa, baby. Hang on, I gotta wipe my hand off here. See? Sweaty. Been praying a lot. I was over there praying and reading this, and I could hear the song. And I was like, okay, so we want to work it out. Here I am now. I guess maybe what I'm trying to say is, don't take your time on this earth for granted. Spend time with God, get to know God. Really, you can. I went through Jesus. I got to know God through Jesus. And I was a total dick. I was a cocky, arrogant, punky little dude, right? You know, and maybe I had a little guy syndrome. I don't know. I didn't think I did, but maybe I did. I don't know. But I just wouldn't take any shit from anybody after a while, right? We're still chapel time here. Yes, I do cuss sometimes. Get over yourself. That's a religious spirit that does that criticizes people for cussing. Jesus is not religious. God is looking for those who worship Him in spirit and truth. This is truth right here. I cuss sometimes. That's the truth. Maybe you need to be so honest in your life with yourself and with people around you and with those that you've hurt too. Maybe let's take a moment here and talk about this, because anger is not a good thing, you know. Road rage ain't good, people. It ain't cool to be driving around behind somebody honking your horn like a crazy maniac. They look in their mirror and they see this. No blinkers, you know. This is chapel time, man. This is real. Up close and personal, man. I'm leaving these behind for people, for you guys. Maybe people won't watch this next week. Maybe it'll be like 2 or 3 years from now, and all of a sudden they'll stumble across this. It's for you. Don't turn it off. Those things just ain't good, right? Okay, these things aren't good. They're not good. It's unhealthy behavior. It's toxic. You can have a better quality life without going through life all stressed out and angry. And I was like that. I know. I'm speaking from experience. I was one who was exactly like you at worst. And Jesus corrected all that by just hanging out with Him and nobody else around, just me and Him, right here in this room. Right out there in life, I just go into life with God everywhere I go anyway, but, you know, walk around talking to God. Just like Adam, walking and talking in the garden in the cool of the morning, right? Well, starting to cool in the morning, keep doing it all day long. I didn't have a choice. I was sick, I was dying, I needed help. You know, I cried out and He helped me. This is how He helped me, and you know what? If you're in the same place, maybe you have HIV like I have, or maybe you are even more sick, like I have some heart issues and some other stuff too, right? Like I have to take medication for my blood pressure and cholesterol and a few other things too, right? And so maybe you have those same issues, maybe you have worse, maybe you were born with a defect in you. There's no medication for it, you know. I'm sorry. I know that Jesus can heal anything and can heal you, including, and He can heal me too. And believe me, I've been healed a bunch of times in many places all over my body. Actually, I counted it was 49 times. And then I counted it again. I think I got 54 the second time I counted it. So between 39 and 54 times. 39 and 54 times on my personal body. Okay, and this is up to the point right now. I'm 54 years old, almost 55. I'll be 55 in October. So I'm like, oh, that's a lot of things healed. And most of those things got healed just in the last 5 years. What was it I said? Since 2012, actually. So 5 years, yeah, the last 5 years. And because I believed God's healer. But see, God showed me that His house is the house of healing. Okay? The other house, the house of destruction. There's only 2 houses. One's the life, the other's the death. The one that's death, the one that destroys everything, the one it hates, where evil comes from. There's agents in that house that work in that house, that work for that king of that house. And the king of that house's time is short. He knows it. That's why wages war against us, the saint. God calls it us the saints. Those of us that put our faith in Jesus, He said they're saints. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm a saint or not, but I sure love Jesus. Why do I love Jesus so much? Because Jesus has been my friend my whole life. When nobody else would be my friend, Jesus has been my friend. Teaching me stuff that, man, dude. Thank you, Lord. I get to do things. I get to walk with angels. I get to play with the angels sometimes. I get to hang out with them. They're really good friends, actually. Got angels posted on the grounds here now. They don't let anything happen. It's pretty cool. We used to get ripped off all the time. Now they stop that. Guy just sent Garrison and said, "Here you go, Daniel." It's like, whoa, okay. He was serious too. Did some work in the city with him. Got some things done, and there was no money to get it done. All of a sudden there's money, and all of a sudden it's getting done. Whoa. And the people that got the contracts to do it were actually, one of the contracts, the main one, was an architectural firm. The guy where a friend of mine was working at was a believer, got the idea, the same idea I had, that I went up and walked up there over the overpass on the freeway and said, "This is what needs to happen. It needs to look like this." And it looks like that to this day. And he gave that to a believer. And I didn't know this until 7 years later, after the whole thing. You know, that's a whole other story I'll tell you sometime. God does stuff, man. He says stuff and then he gives you a heads up right before it happens, or not right before, usually sometimes a long time before, but he'll give you a heads up and you just keep your eyes open. And then when he moves by the Spirit, you move with him and you go do it. And when he says to say something, you say it. When he says to do something, you do it. And I'll guarantee you, it will blow your mind. Lord, you are my shepherd. Yeah, I shall not lack. You lie me down in green pastures. Yeah, lead me beside still waters. Jesus bless you, Lord God. Lord Jesus, you are worthy to be praised. The Lord is my shepherd. Say it with me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not lack. You make me, Lord, to lay down in green pastures, and you lead me beside still waters. You restore my soul to paths of right things for your name's sake. When I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for your rod and staff that comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and you anoint my head with oil. Truly, mercy and truth shall follow me. My cup runs over. Truly, mercy and truth shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever and ever. And the Lord's name is Jehovah, and his son's name is Jesus. It says in Proverbs, who is God? What is God's name? And what is his son's? What is God's name if you know? And tell me, what is his son's name? You know, or something like that. Jehovah and Yeshua. Jehovah, Yeshua, Yehuda. Peace out, guys. Have a good night, man. Bye-bye.